Today it's time to talk about collaboration, about improvement, about building community, about building a brand, a personal brand, and how you can make it together when within a community where everybody is growing, where everybody is getting better, where everybody is improving. And to talk about this, we're gonna fly straight to Africa to meet Janet Machuca and to tell us how he's doing this so good. So stay tuned because I'll be back in a moment. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the Special Marketing Live Show. And today it's a very special day for me. One of the things I was willing to do when I started this show was to bring diversity, to bring different perspectives, to bring different ideas, to bring as much uh, diversity as I could bring. And today, finally, I got someone from Africa, and I hope it will be the first of many from Kenya. It's Janet Machuca, which will talk about how she's doing things to get people on digital marketing, on marketing, and how they are improving, how they are working together. And for me, this is very important. But before we start the show, Janet is there waiting, watching Sesame Street because she's so young, my God, and she's so full of energy. So let me know where are you watching us and on which platform, okay? So we can start the conversation. And by the way, if you know someone who may wants to see this, please tag him, send him the live, or if you are watching the replay and if you want to comment, don't forget to comment also. Bring your ideas, bring your comments, your questions, okay? And if you want to share with us, just let us know in comments. And also, if you are watching the replay, feel free to also comment because this will bring more value to the conversation, okay? So let's bring our amazing guest of the day, Janet Machuca. Hello, Janet. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Marco. How is you?
I'm okay. I'm perfect. As I said before, one of the things I had in mind when I started this show 3 years ago
Mhm.
it was to bring diversity, to bring value from all over the world. So I'm very happy today. Finally, I got someone from Africa. I think maybe this could be the first and but not the last. I'm willing to do that. So Janet, thank you so much for being here. It's for me it's a pleasure. When someone told me about Dakshin, which was my guest a few weeks ago, told me you should
Mhm.
have this amazing lady, Janet. It was not right, wrong. By the way, wrong, wrong, wrong. And I'm very happy to be with you. I just
Thank you.
ask you for you to introduce yourself, and then we
Mhm.
can start the conversation. Is that okay?
Yes, that's amazing. Well,
Perfect.
thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Janet Machuka is a personal brand from Kenya, and I am the founder of Africa Twitch, which is a community. And I think that's why we are going to have a discussion on the same. I do digital marketing training for brands, may it be individuals, also for corporates. And also, I love finding and creating communities on social media, starting with Africa Twitch Chat through to Marco Novo's live show and others. So it's an interesting opportunity for me to be able to meet people on the digital space, regardless of their location, regardless of what they're doing, and being able to come together and do something amazing like what we are doing right now. Thank you.
Perfect. Well, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. Before start the conversation because we have some topics here to talk about. I have to ask you this because Janet, you are
Yeah.
very young. You are a lady, and this digital marketing world is not. I think it's not yet balanced between women and men. why did you start this?
Mhm.
Because it was, I think it was for someone of your age would be more comfortable to be watching, I don't know, Netflix maybe, or just scrolling down on Instagram and hitting some hearts.
Mhm. What actually interested me about digital space is the fact that not only can I create communities and be able to meet different people, but also the fact that I can create a living out of it. And this is where, if people ask me, did you study digital marketing in school? Oh, well, no, I didn't. It's just an interest that developed on the way because I didn't know that being using Facebook, being part of the social media community, that I can start marketing for brands and such. So for me, it was an interest, and starting off was a way of trying to find a new way that I can my career. And now that I have the background of media and journalism, so it was a new venture, and it was one way of exercising some of the skills that I've learned in the media industry, at the same time now blending it in with the digital marketing aspect. So for me, it's an exciting journey, which I've been working on for the past 3 years. I have met so many amazing people, so many people who are quick to actually refer the same way I've referred to this show. So many people who are giving me opportunities and at the same time being able to give others an opportunity. So this is an amazing venture. I can tell somebody who wants to engage in it, to start building the brand, building a career in it, to be able to do it. And remember this, it's no longer a side hustle. This is a full-time job, you know?
Very good, very good. And I think one of the good things about digital marketing is that unbounded. I mean, it's one of the places where the world it's maybe flat. You know, even though in your region you have lots of mountains, right?
Uh-huh.
So you start building this community and I think this is kind of addictive because you start meeting new people, you start learning, and this goes on and on.
Yeah.
Which advices do you have? Which takeaways do you have about this process of building a community, Janet?
Okay, that's a very nice question. And just to highlight a note, a community it doesn't have to be a must, the groups of people that you have to join to be part of them. It starts with your presence on the digital space. You as an individual with that account, you have people who are following you, interacting with your content, and at the same time you're interacting with theirs. That's a community that you have. But we have different ways on how we can actually define communities or digital, on which type of community you're talking about. Some of us will say our community when it comes to our individual brands, our individual brands. Some of us will talk about it, about a community when you're talking about the Facebook groups that we have created. We have individuals inside, we can engage with them. Some individuals like Makonovo will talk about the live shows that he has. That is a community that he has on his own. So communities are diverse, but it depends on which one you want to be part of. But there's no harm on being in each and every community, so long as it's a community that is giving you value out of your time that you're spending on it and the engagement that you are getting out of it. So how do you go about creating these communities? Starting with your personal accounts. Most of the people usually just post and go. They just don't want to care what people are talking about or what people are saying about a certain, it can be a topic or it can be a societal issue. They don't usually want to read or just engage with their content. They want to give their own views and disappear. That's not the right way to build the community. A community is like you and I discussing. The same way we create friends. You don't just stand in the middle of a playground and say, "Oh, I need friends. Come if you want to, if you want to be my friend." No, you need to talk to people. You need to reach out to people. There is a language that you will use. There is a way that you will actually package your words. That is what now we call the content. The words that you're going to share to them so that they can feel, wow, this is welcoming. This is worth of my time. I can stop and start asking question or comment on it. So that is how you're going to start building the communities. For the cases of chats and live shows, you need to plan. You need to know what you're going to do. If you have the guests, how am I going to find these guests? How am I going to leverage on the people I've already brought on the show so that I can get more referrals for the others? How often am I engaging with people in the community and see who are they talking about the most? Or do I ask them so that they can refer me or recommend somebody that I can be able to reach out to? So that's how you build it. You have to look at what do people want in that community. At the same time, what do you want at the end of the day? So if you talk about how to build it, but in the way and the way that you engage with them matters a lot.
You froze a little bit. Okay, I think you're back.
Sorry for that. Hopefully, I'm back.
Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. And I have to ask you about your tweet chat because it's I think it's one of your babies. uh, how does it started? What have you learned? What have you the big strengths on this? Okay, I think we missed. Okay, we lost Janet. Let's wait a little bit. And if you are watching and if you have any questions, please drop it on comments so we can talk with you. Okay, she's back. No sound. Hello, hello. I can't hear you. Not yet. Let's wait so we can solve the technical problems here. Meanwhile, you can share with us while Janet is trying to fix the connection. You can share with us if you are part of any community and which community it is, so we can see it. Also, share with us. Let's see. Hello, hello. Well, she she left for a while. Let's see if the connection is fixed. Hopefully, it will. And by the way, next Thursday we will have here Alex B. Sheridan talking about content marketing, how you can make amazing content to your audience. Don't lose it. It will be at 4 p.m. Let me see. Let me check because sometimes I'm not. Yeah, it will be at 4 p.m. GMT. I think it's kind of 11 a.m. EST. So stay tuned because it will be an amazing show. Also, let's see if Janet. Okay, she's on her way. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Well, not yet. Let's see if we can fix it. Can you hear me, Janet? No. Let's wait a little bit. Okay. Okay, I think now it's working. At least I hear some sound from there.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Welcome back.
Thank you. Sorry for that.
No, no problem. It's part of the game. When we are making live stream, it's part of the game. This kind of situation, no problem at all.
Mhm.
I was I
Okay,
was
thank you.
asking I was asking Janet about your Africa tweet chat, which is
Mhm.
one of your babies. I think one of the you are one of the co-founders of the project. If you can share why did you started that maybe it would be also nice to talk about the challenges you faced at the
Mhm.
beginning, maybe, and maybe even now, and the biggest
Mhm.
takes away from the tweet chat.
Wow. Why did I even create? Sometimes, I ask myself that over and over again, and I think that's the best way to keep myself on toes, to know that yes, I'm creating something that is not only going to help me, but also help everybody. So the reason why I created Africa Twitch Chat is because first I wanted to reach out to other Africans. I was me from Kenya trying to figure out who to reach and connect to in Kenya. And I already felt like I had that audience. I needed to beyond my Kenyan borders. I wanted to reach out to other people. I wanted to create a community where I can constantly learn. And actually, if I can tell you free, these live shows you're doing every week, they give you an opportunity to learn, to constantly connect with new people, and also know what is happening around you. What exactly the Africa Teacher is giving. I'm able to keep up with the kind of information, updates, and whatever that is going on in the digital marketing world. So sometimes we think doing our own research is enough until when we meet people who have different ideas. And we say ideas are born when people come together and they are given an opportunity to pick up. That's how you get some amazing ideas to go about if it's a strategy that you want to implement a certain campaign. If it's a way you want to learn how to go about your personal branding on the digital space. So people have a lot of information. Some of the information they don't know if this is the right one to use, but it can be helpful from the way you pick it, you use it, or implement it in one of your strategies. And that's how we keep on learning, keep on brand, at the same time, not forgetting that we keep on creating meaningful relationships with people who understand what we do and they have the interest of learning from us, learning from them. So communities, look at them from a point where you want to learn, you want to connect, you want to find a possible brand person you are going to go into the future to create a business together, to even earn the monetary value. So I usually look at such groups as a where you can learn from the point of how can I create a relationship How can I share my information? How can I build this relationship to become meaningful? How can I refer another person without necessarily feeling that I'm going to lose a client or to lose something out of it? How can I create trust? How can I create the day of being authentic while you're among other people? And ultimately, how can I turn all whatever that I've been able to build? And this is where we come into referrals that can give you an opportunity to work with another brand or to be able to get some campaign to run. So communities, don't look at them as only places you can learn. They have a long-term goal that can benefit every single person who is part of the discussions, who is constantly making sure that they are seen. By seen, I mean there's no need of being part of a community and people don't even know that you exist. You are there, but you're not there. Like, yes, you say you're part of Africa Twitch chat, but you have never commented, you have never said anything, you have never shared your thoughts, you have never even asked to be part of the guests. That means you're not there. Until when you are seen, that's when people can give you an opportunity to be listened to. And that's what communities do. Of it, you're able to speak up, give views. And the fact that they are conversational, they help each other to create conversations on the digital space. So don't just look at them as spaces that you gain knowledge only, but spaces that you can learn on how to build conversations on the digital space.
Absolutely, and this is very important, even relating to networking, because again, it's the and there's this misunderstanding between networking and kind of throwing business cards, and okay, I'm making networking, blah blah blah, and it's, I think we can relate this to social media with those people who are adding people one after another, and they just send them a DM. Okay, it's so good to have you here. Okay, let's stay in touch. And after that, a huge silence. What do you have to say about this? About the importance of networking, about building these strong relationships on social media?
When it comes to the communities themselves, it's never easy. Sometimes you have good days, sometimes you have bad days. And that's where you come to talk about down the networking. How can you build relationships with these people who are strangers, who are in countries you have no idea if it's winter or sunny, so that you can be able to walk into something that can be meaningful to the both of you. It's never easy, and it takes your time. It needs you to always give somebody an opportunity to talk. And at the same time, remember, you're spending your time talking to these people. But I don't mean that when it comes to network, you just talk. You are going to waste all your time on social media doing nothing at the end of the day. You have to be specific and strategic. Who do you want to connect with? Which kind of relationship do you want to build with so and so? If it's Janet Machuca, if it's Makonovo, if it's Gary V, what do you want to gain? What do you want them to get from you? It's a relationship. When you are in a relationship, you are not the only person who keeps giving and giving and giving.
Absolutely.
Somebody has to give you back something, And that's the kind of relationship and networking we are talking about on social media. How can you give people value so that they can give you value? Not the other way around. Not giving you value so that you can give them. First starts with you. How are you starting to develop these relationships? How are you watering them? Is it through DMs? Sometimes you reach out. Are you picking some individual and then you say, okay, Makonovo, can we have a Zoom chat for 10 minutes or 15 minutes so that we can ask about this and this? Or do you ask them for their numbers so that you can have a call outside social media? Or how often do you or when you discussed about something in the Zoom session, and then you'll be like, oh, Makonovo mentioned something that is so amazing. I have to write it on my timeline and tag them. So it's more, it goes deeper. It's more than just, oh, I have the business number, the business card to Janet Machuca, so we have connected. No, that's not enough. You have to build conversations. You have to get to be part of that person, know what are their challenges, what are their strengths. How can you boost their weaknesses? How boost their strengths? How can you turn their weaknesses into something amazing at the end of the day? So it's help me, I help you. Let me give you my value so that you can give me my value. Just simple as that.
Absolutely, absolutely, and also this leads to something that it's also important, which is how people start understanding us and perceiving us, which is this amazing thing called branding. uh, how important it is for you to the branding, Janet?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Could you repeat? Now I can hear
Well, I
you.
can. Okay, perfect. I was talking about that this kind of interactions we in a meaningful way, in a helpful way, help us to kind of draw to kind of mark people, put them a stamp of us, which leads us to this so good thing called branding and also personal branding. Can you share your thoughts on this? Because I think I think no, I'm sure that you love the personal branding topic and the branding. Can you share your thoughts on this, please?
Okay. I love it because it's something that I've been learning and at the same time engaging with every single day of my life when it comes to digital space. Is it my life or digital marketing journey? Every single day I wake up, I look at who am I? What do I want to share? What kind of person do I want to create in this space? How do I want to be valuable? What is my personal voice? How am I identified? Everything starts with answer by who you are, answer what do I stand for? What do I want to talk to these people about? What value am I sharing to them? How am I going to gain at the end of the day from whatever that I'm going to share? How social am I? How honest am I in sharing whatever that I'm sharing? How interactive am I? Am I kind of a person who just post, oh, Janet, I just want this, and then poof, I'm gone? Do I take time to engage with them? So branding takes more than what we used to think about branding is just having a logo and the color, and those tiny things that we used to think about. When it comes to digital, branding is more than that. It's more of that person. You're talking about personal branding. Do we feel that person? Do we hear that person? Do we communicate with that person? Does that person care about us? It's like being in a family. You have the father, you have the mother, you have the children. Who do we usually look up to? The father or the mother? Because we are children. We want to listen to them. We expect them to protect us. On digital marketing and branding, when you want to create that brand of yours, look at yourself as the father. You're going to take care of these people, going to mind what you're going to share. You're going to mind the way you're going to communicate with them. You're going to mind the way you're going to make them feel about you. Are they safe? How are you bringing out your content? And whatever that you are sharing, is it something that they resonate with? Do they relate with it? And that's why we talk about niche in personal branding. I can't be Janet Machuca doing every single thing when it comes to any issue. I do politics. I can do politics. I can market alcohol. I can, everything. People won't listen to me. It's like walking into a supermarket and wondering what to buy. There's so many things. At the end of the day, you'll want to buy some from particular brands. So how are you going to stand out from this supermarket of people? How do you package yourself in a way that will be identified? If somebody asked, kindly recommend a digital marketer from Kenya, will your name be remembered? But you know what? They will remember you from the way you made them feel. They will remember you from the way you gave them value. They will remember you from the way you connected with them. And that's why currently we are talking about, if you are talking about a personal brand, include that person inside. Don't just talk about a person and then you're talking about structures. That is a human being who is breathing, who is talking, who can feel the emotions. So how do you present them to the public?
Very good. Very good. I have I was thinking about this, and I have to ask you because, as I mentioned, this digital marketing world, it's very manship. If I may, it's most of men. I think it's changing, but I think that you are not the prototype, if you know what I mean. You're young, you're African, you're a lady, and maybe this could be some barriers to you. Let's face the truth, right? Or are you struggling with this, and how are you making it work?
Digital space, I know it's something that is not what we used to do or where we used to be. And us, like myself, finding myself in such a space, I can't say that it has been very hard. So long as I have identified what I want to do, how I want to present it, and how I want to connect with people, it's so welcoming. At the end of the day, is the feeling that you live with to people. So being I am, where I come from, hasn't limited me. And I can't say that I've faced a lot of challenges. Maybe the challenges we can talk about is the internet connectivity, which is currently, for instance, Kenya, we are almost 90% connected. So it's a plus. That means I have the opportunity, I have the internet. If I have, can connect Wi-Fi, I can jump into this social media platform, I can own a smartphone, and I can be able to represent myself. So yes, it's a challenge to some of the people, but for my case, I feel like it has been a smooth transition, and that's why I'm constantly in the in the in the in the urge and that act of wanting other people to be part of it. That's why we have Africa Tweet Chat. That's why I want my other Africans to be part of it, to grow out of it, so that they might not have a lot of challenges from wanting to develop into experts from this digital space. So currently we are talking more about community building. How can we grow together? How can we do things together so that some people won't feel like others are super privileged to have the kind of attention they will get on the digital space, the kind of responses they get, forgetting that we have a lot of people in the future generation to groom, to grow, at the same time to constantly tell them that this is your world. You need to create it the way you want. But not forgetting you have to be a role model for somebody who is going to be in the future.
Absolutely. Very good, very good, very good. And I was thinking the challenges you are facing on this marketing, because, for instance, here it's sometimes it's challenging us the fact that we are a small country. The business owners are very quite resistant to go into the digital world because, well, it's not the way we behave, it's not the way we do business, it's not the way blah 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 blah.
Okay.
Do you have this also these challenges there?
Yeah, sometimes they are. I can't really say that everything is smooth. So and it's normal.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
Mhm.
this is I think also this kind of educational projects you have, bringing different people, bringing different opinions, bringing different perspectives
Mhm.
also works on our behalf, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're
And I like the fact that
the
now the education sorry, I think I lost you in a bit.
hello, hello, can you hear
I
me?
know education plays an important. Yes, I can hear you.
Perfect, perfect.
As I was saying, no, education really plays a major when it comes to us transitioning to the digital space and careers of most young people at the moment. But we believe things are gonna change. And I like the fact that this disruption of digital transitioning and from now the brands being able to get in adapting to the changes in digital marketing, you know, it will force even the education system to change a bit because we need to suit the market wants. We need of the digital. We don't only have to focus on the education bit. And that's where you find some of us, like I did a different course. Now I'm venturing into something else. Why? Because there is space. Unemployment is a problem in most of the countries. The digital world is disrupting us all the corners, even the medical industry, the marketing industry, every kind of industry. So how can we change to? How can we adapt? It's the same case as how this pandemic pushed us to some limits that we never thought we are gonna be. But I like the fact that most of us have been able to adapt. So education still is feeling the same pressure. But I know at the end of the day, we are the people who are gonna change it. I, as Janet Machuka, I feel like I have an important role to play.
Very, very good, very good. I was thinking, Janet, because when this pandemic thing started, we were I had lots of conversation with people from everywhere almost, and one of the things we came to an agreement was that this was an amazing time for brands to build branding, because
Mhm.
sometimes we don't make the effort to build a meaningful brand as companies, because we focus too much on selling, 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 and sometimes by doing this and
Mhm.
focus, for instance, just on price, we became commodities
Mhm.
instead of brands. uh,
Yeah.
your thoughts on this? Hello, hello.
Hello? Can you?
A little bit frozen.
Hello?
Hello, hello, I can hear you.
Yes, I can.
Perfect.
It's actually getting dark and dark. Could you kindly give me a minute to switch on the lights?
Okay, perfect, perfect. Let's wait a little bit. So, meanwhile, you can share your ideas about this topic. Just let us know. By the way, where are you from? Let us know. Okay, Janet is back. Hello, hello.
Now this is better.
Yeah.
We can continue. I'm good.
Okay, perfect. I was talking about the branding process as a company. I think sometimes I don't know if companies are a little bit lazy or if they are a little bit greedy. I don't know, but sometimes they felt too much in the temptation of just selling, 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 and for instance, just to stand out by price, and they don't work as much as they should do on branding. What do you think about this? Because again, we you love branding. This importance of building meaningful brands.
Okay. I really love the fact that digital has really forced most of the brands to sit back and be like, whoa, this is not the way we are supposed to do things. Because the traditional way of branding and marketing and selling, you can actually get to somebody face to face, talk to them, show them the product. They will either buy or walk away. But on the digital space is no longer the same. It's like I usually call it is a dating platform where you constantly need to, there's a language you speak to this person. There's a way you make them feel. There's a way you bring them closer to you to a point where they will say yes. That's exactly the kind of branding and selling on marketing brands should look into. How do we bring people closer? That's why we're talking about relationships, networks, conversations with people, and personalizing content in a way that people consume it. How can they make them feel safe? How can they make them feel like they are super informed about the products, about the services, so that by the time they buy it, they already have all the information. And that's why you find that in the digital space, some brands have actually been given more prominence than others. They have seen that these digital platforms, most of the social media platforms, they are not there for selling. They are there for social reasons. Actually say business found itself on the digital social media platforms. At first, these platforms were created for exchange of communication and meeting new people, talking to them, but businesses are now there. The way they're going to engage these people, the way they are going to make these people want to buy from them is first engaging with them, creating that social conversation. Let them know that you guys, you're like any other person, but there's something that stands out in you that says you are a brand that deals or with this and that. So that by the time they engage with you, they love your content, they see what you're sharing, they can be able now to be like, wow. Now I think this is a brand that cares about me. They share content that relates to me. They engage me if I ask a question. And that's why you find that some brands have reached to a point where they are not only selling on their platforms, they're looking at other ways to bring people together. Some brands have community chats. Some brands are doing webinars. Some of them are doing shows on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all other platforms so that they can be able to bring people closer to the conversation. Come, let us give you an additional information about something by giving you a chance to talk to or to listen to an industry leader. Let them talk, be it, and then later on, you know what? Because this is a brand that we're giving you this and we operate in this, you can look into our products. And then we can talk from there. If you are interested to buy, we can sell to you. So I like the fact that digital has really changed that concept. It's no longer about straight go to the selling. We have different ways on how we can approach it. And that is where strategies come in. And that's why nowadays we talk about if you don't have a plan on how to go about the digital space, you're going to have getting customers at the end of the day. Because customers need to be taken through a journey. And that journey deals with a lot of relationships. That journey deals with a lot of conversations. And of course, the value you're giving them and how you made them feel.
Absolutely, absolutely. We have here Erica. Hello, Erica. Good to have you here. And I think one of the things, and you like that as well. One of the big and good things about the digital world, it's that instead of just creating customers, it allows you to create communities around your brand, which leads to a more engaged, if you worked well, of course, a well engaged audience, which allows you to sell more, to sell better, to come up with new ideas for your business, for your products. Um, are you do you have any example of that, and how do you see this?
What? Can you repeat?
uh, I was asking about if you have any example of a good community, a good brand which is working good the community, and which advantages do you see on doing
Well,
this?
yes, but most of them are local. I might mention them and you might have no idea about them. So I have quite a number. Like in Kenya, there's some telecom industries and sometimes banks. I will use a bank. There's one bank in Kenya called KCB, and I like the way they engage with the audiences in the digital space. Sometimes they use humor, sometimes they use questions, sometimes they request them to do in some challenges that make them feel they're part of the brand. So that's the example, the best example I can give that I've witnessed for quite some time. I like the way they bring people together. I like the way they make people feel part of them. And my chances are, if you make me feel part of you, I'm gonna give you some value too. And that is being your customer.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we have Erica asking here first. She's saying, and yes, Apple is good, very good doing this sense of community, this sense of belonging. I think it's one of, I before Apple, I think only Davidson has this power to build this community sense around the brand. And she has a question for you. Thank you, Erica. How does Janet build brand loyalty?
Wow. How to create my brand loyalty? Do I really have an answer? Yes, I do. Then I have as an individual, as a brand. What am I communicating to people? How honest am I to them? How often do I people who are actions, who want my time, who want to be guided in something? And at the same time, how am I packaging my whole me? In order to bring loyalty or to be a loyal brand, I need to show my loyalty to my followers, my community members. And how do I do that? I create time for them, I listen to them, and I share something of value to them. Without that, I don't think I would be where I am right now.
Absolutely. I think creating meaning it's very important about you to build a community, because if you don't have any meaning to people, if they don't found in you some utility, if you know what I mean. uh, I think this and sometimes we see, um, and I think we talk about this the first time we talk about people who just go to social media talking me. Look how amazing I am. Look how great I am, and they are not bringing any value to the audience. Don't you think,
Mm-hmm.
Janet?
Yes, I can hear you. I think I missed the last statement.
I said that some people just make their presents online just about me. They don't bring any value to the audience, and sometimes they get frustrated because okay, people doesn't like me, I post, or even and I think we can make a broader reflection, because one of the usually people say, oh, the social media doesn't work for me. Yes, how many times do you post on social media? Well, once a month. And what kind of posts you make? Oh, just buy me, I have this sale, I have this promotion. And I say, really, do you want them to work? Do you see this kind of mistakes, and how do you fix this?
Yes, the best way that we can fix it is out of me, and giving opportunity to others. Talk about others, their successes, what they are doing, how you can help, how you can guide people. And that's actually the best way people gonna love you. People want people who help them. People don't want people to be like, oh, me, I did this. The same way most of us actually are scared of LinkedIn, because they feel like it's a me too much. It's a trophy, this trophy, I got this, I got that. I have this, I have got this, you know, and people really talk about the problems, the challenges they go through, that they can share about something that in them, their friends, the brands they worked with, and that's the only way you can be able to have diverse content. Sometimes you realize that even all week you'll never have anything to talk about yourself. But when you give people a chance to be talked about or to be shared about their stories, people will sit down and listen and be like, wow, you really care. The only way to show care is giving opportunity. And that's what communities dwell in. If you want to grow a community that works, talk about other people. Pull them up. Let them grow. Give them a chance to grow. Let them succeed and be happy for that. And be happy for them. And this is what you're doing. You bring people to the show. They're experts in different things that they're doing. I'm in digital marketing. I'm here to share what I have. I'm getting new people who are listening to me. No idea who I am. Maybe today they will go ahead and research and know who is Janet and what she does. You have given me an opportunity. And this is the only way that you grow, because you're giving others an opportunity. When you give an opportunity to another person, you grow. They grow, you grow. And that's the best way to go about it. So the me can be broken by that. Find people in the niche market that you're in, the kind of conversations that you talk about. Try to bring their stories into your content, into your audiences, so that people can be like, aha, you're not only sharing value to us through the stories of other people, but you're opportunity to grow. Through that, they can easily talk about you. They're like, oh, you know what? Go and look out for Janet Machuca. She's sharing amazing content about so and so. And I've grown too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we have another question from Erica, and I'm a little sad because I don't have a clubhouse. But Erica is asking about, what do you think about Clubhouse? Are you on Clubhouse, Janet?
I'm not on Clubhouse.
Well,
I
neither
think
do
it's
I.
a nice platform for those who are in. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is for those. I'm waiting to be there also. Let's see if they release to Android. But your thoughts, please.
Yes. I can say from the conversations that I've seen with people is I really hope that people find the right communities to be part of when it comes to Clubhouse. Okay, fine, I'm not part of it. But through the conversations I've seen people talk about on Twitter, sometimes I follow because I want to do research so that by the time I choose to join, I know where I'm going to try to head to, which community should I be part of. So there is need for people to do research. Research you get into a platform because you want to gain from it. Don't jump into a social media platform because it's trendy. Sometimes being the people, the first to try out something is never, is never important. There's no need of being one of the people trying out, and then at the end of the day, you're not gaining anything from it. Know the reason why you are joining. Know what you want to gain from it. There's no need of having 20 applications on your phone an entire time during the day scrolling and you're not gaining anything from it. So I'm not saying Clubhouse is a bad idea. Clubhouse is an amazing idea. But before you enter into any other social media platform, just know what you want to gain from there. That's it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we have another two comments from Erica, which are very interesting. And she's saying people are addicted to Clubhouse because of the communities. I think it's one of the things. I think one of the things about Clubhouse is this FOMO. Okay, I don't want to lose this conversation. I don't want to lose to be there close to Gary Vee, to Simon Sinek and everything, and they want to be everywhere. I think this reminds me about. I think at that time you even weren't born. In 2015 when Blab arrived. I loved, and I was jumping from room to room to see the conversation and to participate in some of them also. And I think it's also this situation, and also yes, making networking. It's a very flat platform. There's no hierarchies, and you can be talking with someone which on the other world would be a big person and maybe unachievable for you. And in Clubhouse it is easier to meet and to greet these people. Yes, I think it's very interesting. And Erica is making here I don't know, what will you say about this? Is it good to grow together?
Absolutely, yes. Is that why businesses, companies have employees, have people they work closely with? Because teamwork is greatness. Once you know that you're part of a team, you feel you belong. And the feeling of belonging, an opportunity to feel safe. And once you feel safe, you can actually be very creative and can come up with amazing ideas, and you can perform your work perfectly. And that's why I usually tell people, growing together doesn't mean you, me. It starts with, how can I talk about other people? What we just, how can you talk about other people? As much as they are not somewhere that you've already reached, it doesn't have to be people who have already made it. It can be people who are below you. How can you pull them up? A simple share can help. Simply reply can help. Sometimes showing up in their communities can really help. And that's what it means by growing together. Once you grow together, you have the chances of being seen as, amazing people. Somebody referred to other people without a second thought, because you have the best of other people at heart. Yeah.
Well, we have another question from Erica. She's saying they are getting to express themselves without exposing. Yes, I think it's a kind of a nice way to do things. Yes, it's not as risky, for instance, as video is. But we have another question here. What suggestions does you have for someone who is just starting that channel, group, etc.? Amazing question.
Whoa, I like it. I like it because
And
that
I think
question
you're
a
the
lot of
right
it.
person to answer
And
this.
I usually say, if you want to start a group, from your group, don't look at yourself as the only person who's gonna be part of it or the only person who is growing it. Find other people first who will want to of it, and then make them feel like they are part of the course, as in from the start, when it's born, when it's shared on this digital platform, they feel like they are. But if you're going to start alone, it's gonna be a very hard time, because people will be like, okay, we are helping you grow, and so you're not giving something value to us. So every single person, as much as you can see Makonovo is doing the live show here, there are some other people who are working behind the scenes. I bet there's some people working behind the scenes somewhere. Somebody is helping you to be able to make this show a success. It's the same thing with Africa Twitch Chat. As much as people know, yes, we run it online, there are always people at the back who need to support it, who need to be part of the community over and over again, so that they can help grow the brand. And it's like help you stick to a firm foundation. And that's exactly what you can do when it comes to group building. Find one or two people who believe in your idea, people who are going to constantly be there to help you. Sometimes days change, sometimes you become sick, sometimes you have to travel, sometimes you are too busy to be part to run that group. Maybe you have weekly chats or weekly live sessions. Who's going to help you to do it? Start with you and the people you want them to be one of the pillars of that group before you launch that group. And that's how you're going to run it 20 years down the line, successfully doing the best and growing other people in the process.
Very good. Very very good. I think it's very important to have these backup people, because if you try to do it all alone, it's very hard to work, because
Yeah.
you need it. You need it. You needed these people which believe in the same as you do, has the same approach to work, to ideas, to how to build things, because they will help you a lot by growing and getting better. Or let's see what
Sure.
two are better than one, and a cord of three is not easily broken. Nice analogy. Yes, very good, very good. Well, Janet, we are almost coming to the end of the conversation. Time flies. Before we go into the guest suggestion section, I would ask you please to leave here a kind of basic idea which about building communities, about being effective on doing this, so we can grab this idea and implement as fast as we can. Well, this is
Great.
for me.
When
It's an amazing quotation.
if you want to go fast, go alone. So I was to respond to that, right?
Yeah, you can. You can. Yeah, yeah. Well, you can respond to that,
I think
please.
Coach Erica has already summarized everything, but I still have something to say.
Okay, perfect.
When it comes to building a community, focus on that personal relationship that you're going to create with these people, and then make them feel part of it, and make them feel a family. And that's why sometimes you realize people are saying, we are going live. Not I am going live. We are going live. We are many. There are other people who are supporting this community. And something else, look out for other collaborations, constantly sometimes it reaches a point you kind of run out of ideas on how you're supposed to do it. So find people who are constantly bringing new ideas, giving you an opportunity to try something new, and at the same time, represent your community somewhere else. I'm representing Africa T-shirts as much as I'm Janet Machuca as a brand. Sometime later, I will have Makonovo on Africa T-shirt session. He will represent his live show, but at the same time, he presents himself. So that's how we
You got frozen. Oh my God. Let's see. Okay. Yes. Yes.
bad for me.
Yes. Okay. You got frozen a little
Oh,
bit,
sorry for that.
Janet. And we need to start the conversation from the start. Well, I think you stopped when you said about the me representing myself, and after that,
I lost you.
hello,
I can't hear
hello,
you.
hello, hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. I was saying you got cut when you were talking about the presence about, okay, I represent this brand, but also I represent myself.
Mm-hmm. So, oh yes, on that one, that's how we can. That's the bit I was talking about. It's not only about you.
Yes,
Sometimes you represent a lot of people. You represent a lot of things that you do. And starting your community. As much as you're going to grow yourself as an individual brand and a community separate, remember, you are the community. You are the brand. If something goes wrong, your brand is on the watch, your brand is, we are coming for your brand too. If what's
absolutely.
wrong with Makolovo's live show, we are coming for him.
Absolutely.
It's the same thing as Janet. People are gonna come to me and they're like, okay, why have you broken our unity?
Absolutely.
So together, yourself and the brand and the community as one. Don't ever forget that, because at the end of the day, your name needs to it always.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we're all almost finishing, but before you leave, you have to leave the guest suggestions. So let's do it. So, Janet, on this section, I asked my guests to leave some suggestions or recommendations, which are a shout out you want to make, someone you think it will be very good for us to follow, to read, or to watch their videos, something, a book you read that you want to share with us, a tool you have and you want to share with us, a habit, a TV show, and a movie. Let's start. Hello, hello. Can you hear me, Janet?
You froze.
Oh my God. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. You actually froze for quite some time.
Okay, no, no. I think I think I'm okay on this side. So let's do it. Let's start with someone you want to recommend as a professional. Someone you say, okay, this person it's good to follow, to see their content and interact.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I do.
I will go with two. Someone I can recommend.
Mm-hmm.
I have so many people. How am I going to recommend everyone?
Okay.
Well, I will recommend
Pick.
I will recommend communities in so can be able to go and find these people. That will be better.
Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect.
So
But
because I
can
know
you
most of the
repeat?
people I would have loved to mention.
If you don't mind to write it, I'll say you're in the phone. If you can repeat because it was cut when you told about what to follow.
Okay, I was saying I would choose to recommend communities, or rather groups, where I feel like people can get these individuals instead of singling out one person. That will be better because
Okay,
I know there are a lot of people who can help them there.
perfect, perfect. And a book.
Yes, so one goes, first of all, I haven't finished on the on the communities.
Oh,
Hashtag
okay,
Africa
okay,
Teach
okay,
Chat on Twitter. You can go and
okay, perfect.
you can check if you want to. That is for digital marketing and business related topics. If you want to learn about personal branding and anything about branding, you can check hashtag chat about branding. It's an amazing chat. I love it. And if you are new and you really want to engage yourself in building a brand and doing the marketing in it, go to hashtag Twitter Smarter. These are one of the three of the chats that I believe that's going to be helpful for you to meet people, to connect with them, and then to be able to build yourself a network that is worth your brand. For the book, I will go with the recent book that I'm reading, a
Which
book by
is
Daniel Cole, a book by Daniel called The Culture Code. You can go and check it, or you can buy it somewhere. You can get it
I
online.
will.
And I like that book because it speaks more about how we can build successful groups. Groups doesn't only talk about the digital space, but also groups in our companies, groups in any kind of relationship that we have with people. So this is where I believe you can get a lot of information on how to build not only meaningful, but groups that can make everyone feel safe to be part of. At the same time, encourage creativity, encourage the openness, encourage transparency, and the ability to support to grow together.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Very good, very good. And a tool.
Yes.
A tool.
Oh, I've talked about the groups about the book. And something
Mhm.
else you said was, I forgot a bit.
A tool.
The
Can you
tool.
hear me? Yes.
Oh, the social media tool to use. The best one.
Yes.
Before you think
If
about
you,
getting any other tool, make good use of the tools available for the specific social media platforms. And in this, I mean, if you have a Twitter account, check Twitter analytics.twitter.com and be able to see what you do. Actually, that helps where you are, how you're growing, what worked last month, what didn't work this month, how many people you are engaging with, or how you are creating the interactions, and how you are building that community, as in how many numbers are you increasing each and every month. For example, For Twitter, you can do this. For Instagram, you can check on the insights too. Facebook insights we have. And for LinkedIn, you can still check on LinkedIn insights. But for LinkedIn, you have to check. If it's for individual account, you have to check per post. But if you have a page, you can check on the analytics. These are some of the tools that are going to help you without necessarily thinking about paying for a tool that you're going to spend money on it. And something else is use StreamYard. You can. It has a package that you can use. Quite a number of like 2-3 social media platforms, I think, that you can use for free for quite some time before you think about adding some little bit of money to be able to access all the social media platforms. So make good use of tools. Try and see which works. And don't forget, and I think, Makonovo, you are a brand ambassador to StreamYard, right?
Kind of, yes, yes. I'm a partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love the tool. Yes, and Erica, if you don't mind, Erica, she's asking about dropping the suggestions on chat. If you are too kind to write it, because I think she doesn't heard the name of the book.
Okay. I actually am using my phone. Let me see how I can do it. Can I? Is there a way
If
I can send them to your LinkedIn so you can put
you
them?
can send me them that after the show ends, and I will put it on the comments. Okay,
Perfect.
I will drop them in
It will be
comments.
amazing.
So a habit you have and you want to share with us, which helps your life and which can help also our life.
A habit. Does it really? Can it really help most? My major habit. I don't think it's worth it of sharing. But one of the habits that I have related to this conversation that we have had is I like listening to people a lot and being chatty in conversations because I want to spark people's creativity so that they can give me something that is not something I already know. That aspect of keeping on asking and asking. So I think it has really helped me in my marketing career because at least it gives me ability to be able to get ideas that I never thought about that I can have. Because when you talk about as digital marketing strategy, most of us think about going to Google and searching and copying and pasting everything that is there. But it needs a lot of creativity put into it because campaigns are different for brands. Different brands are approached differently. And so of asking people really helps. Sometimes you find that you are doing a strategy for a month, but you only have a strategy for a week. What will you do? If you don't have the habit of asking, then you're done. The job is done for you. But if you ask people, they're going to answer you. And that's one thing, and any other person who is venturing into anything about social media, even any business, be open to ask. Asking doesn't mean you are stupid, it means you want to learn more, you want to know more, and you want to engage people. And that's how actually we end up creating relationships.
Absolutely. And I will add something about asking. It's when you ask someone something, you're saying that people has value, as it's trustable, and this is also important, I think.
Yep.
And now it's time to recommend a movie.
Ooh, I'm not a movie person. I'm a documentary enthusiast. I watch a lot of documentaries, and maybe a documentary I can recommend for everyone that is related to social media is called The Social Dilemma. Is
Oh, I
it The
see.
Social Dilemma or The Social Media Dilemma? It's close there. I loved it the way it was shot. way, and then others I've watched in regards to digital and online space are The Age of AI. Another one someone can watch is the is it called that something in your phone. It's AI. It's like a I've forgotten the word. Spy in your phone, exactly. The Spy in Your Phone. You can watch it. It's a very nice documentary by Al Jazeera. There's another one you can watch. I don't want to give only the digital related. I can also give a different one, maybe a channel for people to go and watch. And before then, you can go to Netflix and try to watch The Trial. It's a very nice documentary that you can watch. I think I've given a lot of them. If you want to learn more on what I love watching, what I can recommend for people to open their minds and think further, you can check me out on Twitter at janetmachuka.com so that you at Janet Machuka underscores we can be able to chat.
Well, you made it at one through because I was about to ask you how people can find it, but you made it.
Okay. Just go to
Well,
Twitter and
Janet,
search Janet Machuka. Or go to Google, search Janet Machuka. You will find me.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, Janet, thank you so much. I had so much fun, and I learned a lot from you, which I was expecting. So thank you so much. I look forward to
Thank
join
you.
you again on a show. Hopefully, with not so many internet challenges. Let's hope this will be next time will be easier to connect. But thank you so much.
Yeah, sure.
Um, Thank you for all of you who are watching now live and who will pick the replay after. Please, if you have any question, drop it in comments so Janet can answer you or me. Okay, thank you so much. And I will remind tomorrow with Erica, we'll be making another epic understanding episode with. Let me see if I know the name with Kenyon and we will talk about his career, his example is of his life. And Thursday we will be talking about content marketing with Alex B. Sheridan, an amazing content creator on LinkedIn, which also you should follow. So it will be tomorrow at 5 p.m. GMT time. And on Thursday it will be at 4 p.m. GMT time. So see you there. Bye bye. Enjoy the week. Bye bye.
Bye.